Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I show you how to make chocolate bourbon mini tarts. This is a collaboration with several other YouTube channels and we've got together and made some New Year's Eve appetizers, so please check them out. I'll leave a link below. Okay, let's get started on the mini tarts. First of all, take some sweet short crust pastry and place it between two pieces of parchment and give it a good roll out to about 3mm thick. I've got a link below also to the sweet short crust pastry recipe that I've made. As you can see, I'm using a mini cupcake pan with the appropriate size cutter, and I'm peeling my pastry and then using both the scalloped edged side of the cutter to create 6 discs and then just the circle side to create 6 discs. Once this is complete, I then place the pastry into the fridge freezer for about 10 minutes just to let it harden up, as it's quite a soft mix. Whilst that was happening, I took my tin and I just painted a little melted butter on the inside of each cupcake space, just to make sure that they don't stick when they get cooked. Okay, so out of the freezer I then placed the actual pastry into the buttered pan, gently pushing down the edges so as not to split the pastry. And now with the circles. These ones were a little tougher and they kept sort of catching air bubbles underneath, air pockets underneath, so I'll show you how I combated that in the next part. So once all that's complete, I then took the edge of the pastry brush and I dipped it in some flour and I gently pushed the pastry cases right into the corners of the actual pan. So keep on doing that with all of them. In this one you'll see there's a little air bubble there that I couldn't get out, so I then went to the fork and pierced the base of all the pastry cases, and that helped to release any air bubbles. I then went back and pushed the pastry back right into the corners. And as they're still cold from the freezer, I was able to put them straight into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes I took them out and I went back and I reshaped the pastry cases, again using the end of the pastry brush, as you can see here. And this just helps to keep the shape of the pastry so that you can get maximum filling. And place them back into the oven for a further 10 minutes. And once that's complete, you can then gently pop them out of the tin and leave them to cool. Okay, now we can move on to the filling. I weighed out 100 millilitres of double cream and I heated that in the microwave for around 45 seconds. I then mixed in 50 grams of dark chocolate and 100 grams of milk chocolate and mixed that in until that had all melted together, so it's a basic ganache really. I then took some Jack Daniel's whiskey and poured in a teaspoon. Now this was a honey flavoured one, so this went really well, but you can use whichever you like, and give that a good mix. And then I bagged it up and snipped the end off, and this allowed me to gently squeeze the mixture into each pastry case without it going everywhere. This was plenty of whiskey flavour for me, so I certainly wouldn't say you needed any more unless you really wanted it, but that's entirely up to you how strong you like it. Now this made a lot of mixture, so what I'd do is save the rest of it in the fridge and you can make up some beautiful sort of bourbon chocolate truffles, and that would be delicious. So once you've done that, you can begin decorating. Now the first 6 I just took some dark chocolate and using a vegetable peeler I made some little curls and gently spooned them onto the still sort of squidgy ganache pie. and that allowed the little curls to stick. And then for the second, I just whipped up some double cream, placed it into a piping bag with a tiny star tip, and done little scallop shapes all the way along, so it was a bit like a little chocolate cream tart. And keep going until they're all covered. And I've done this on the plain round cases. And once you've completed all your piping, just give them a dusting of cocoa powder, and that'll just finish them off nicely. Now these tarts you do need to keep in the fridge, particularly these ones. These have got fresh cream on the top. I mean, I hope you like them. I certainly did, and they went down really well in my house. So please give them a go, and thanks very much for watching. And please check out my channel and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.